Okay, welcome back. We will continue with part 4, ping sweep. What is ping sweep? Actually, this command actually to check who's home, to check is it anybody home or any pods available, right? Okay, you can see here. We'll use NMAP -SN and then the IP range. Example here, we have this IP or metasploitable 2 okay, running. Okay, because this is only our target. Just use NMAP SN. We have to use 0 here. But this is for the network lah. But we already have the targeted machine. But for our network here only, actually I specified 56 0. Take some time lah, right? Because they will scan all the hosts between that particular addresses. Okay, you can see here at least 4 hosts up scan in this time. Okay, for the first IP here, you can see with 100. This is actually our DHCP address, virtual DHCP server lah for our virtual box. This is the gateway, right? Then we have another NIC, Oracle VirtualBox NIC. Start 104. Then this is 110, our metasploitable. This is the 109 for my Kali. Okay, because my Kali has 2 IPs. That's why we have 2 here, lah, right? And then 1 gateway. So in total for hosts up. So for you, you can just put any output here. For example, if 3, just put 3. You need to screenshot and then put how many hosts up. For me, I have 4 because I enable 2 virtual network interface card for my Kali. And then we have ping sweep and then scan. Let's start with the ping sweep -S, and then we scan to find any available ports. Okay, because currently we know already we have 4 live hosts, but now we want to know what are the ports open for that particular live host. Similarly, just change to SS. If you are using NMAP with interface like ZenMap, you can choose also the menu. Either you want to use SS, SN, and others, right? So see, you can see here huge, instead of scanning 256 time 1,000 port, maybe you only required 4 10,000. Like this one, you scan 4 live hosts for the 1,000 common ports. So you can see here this main Oracle, that's mean the VirtualBox interface. They are opening this port because actually this one interface between our virtual machine manager VirtualBox to the Windows host. That's why they require this port. But this one is for our metasploitable too, where actually many ports open as this metasploitable is vulnerable machine. Wait for another scan result. So at the same time, we try to understand the network range. What does dash 24 mean? This means from dot 1 until dot 254, right? 255 hosts will be scanned. From mine, 56.1 until 56.254. Okay. If you still remember your network class, how you can calculate this 24 out of 32 bits, right? Okay. This is the notation. You can refresh back. Okay. So just wait before we start with part 5, more advanced NMAP option. Okay, you can see here for Kali Linux machines, it's cannot be scanned already, but in ignore state. And then there are 256 IP addresses, only 4 hosts up. Then they require this time, right? And then try to understand the content here. Because it takes some time because this will scan in stealthy mode. Slow, but detection will be difficult. And in part 5, for advanced NMAP option, this is also some additional part where you can find the service version detection to get more information, because in part 4 we only scan the IP address, how many live hosts, and then for specific hosts, the live host, what are the ports open. Okay, and now we want more advanced, more deeper information, so we try to find what version of software running for specific uh, target machine, right? So we already have the target machine 1.0. So using SV the version. So to last time I have to scan the vulnerability of one of the service, one of the server or application lah. So I only get the URL, and then try to find the IPs, because that particular application have detected as the vulnerable one, and reduce our score significantly in um, out in the what we call attack surface score lah, right? Scorecard, security scorecard. So this is what we have to find the version. Is it that particular OS version, database version, or what web server version, WordPress version, actually the outdated one or the vulnerable one. Scan. But for this one, we need sudo. We need a admin or root privilege lah. As we mean the version detection, that you probe the service to identify the version. It will take some time. So not only the port, but the, the services with the version. You can see here, FTP, they're using FTPD 2.3.4, and then SSH, they're using input SSH 4.7p, Debian, Ubuntu, and so on. So from this information, you can find which software version that they use actually outdated and unpatched, for example, or vulnerable. From the vulnerability database, you can check, right? Apache, for example, is it the secure version or the updated version or not? You can check my SQL version and others, right? Why this matter? You see, knowing version help find vulnerabilities. For example, here OpenSSH 4.7 is very old and has not explored this one, right? Because this metasploitable developed as a vulnerable host, vulnerable virtual machine. So most of the version you actually outdated one, right? And then this one for the open port, but we want only, for example, detect the OS operating system. So we can use -o here, -o operating system. So you know here the OS they use Linux kernel 2.6, 2. And so on, right? But this is more specific. And then you can also running the scan aggressively, all the thing in one scan. So you only require NSA. Because this one you already know the target, right? If you want to scan all the networks, for example, 254, 256, for example, it's not, they will take some time, right? For this one, you already know the target, only one machine. This is the information that can obtain. Okay, you can see here the information from the aggressive scan. There are more information. For example, for the FTP itself, one port, they give you details about the connection, the login status, and then for FTP anonymous, for TCP also they will use the SSH, the host key using RSA. So I try to understand the information obtained from here. Okay. SQL, for example, for database, we have some useful info that you can use SSL, for example, a certificate, and many more. Okay. Next, about the timing template. What I mean by this timing template, okay, for the NMAP. In NMAP, they offer a simpler approach with this six timing templates so that you can specify with the T here, which the number, okay, for example, 0, T0, T1. These first two actually try to evade the IDS lah, but will take hours, will take some time. Then they name it as paranoid, sneaky, polite, normal, aggressive. Okay, for fastest one, you can use very fast, insane. Okay, but you may miss the result and loud. That means you scan very fast, but there are some result that it will be missed. But for aggressive fast here, maybe suitable in land environment that you are inside the environment or inside the network. If you are outside, that means you are from the external network, it's not suitable because there will be performance overhead. So you can try the speed and then you can save the result. This one, okay, for example, you want slow and stealthy, that means to evade detection. You can use this one. So it will take some time to test. This one. Port 1 to 100 T2, okay, the classification T2, slow. Jadi kemudian require sudo lah. Then you can see the time lah. Which one faster, which one slower, and then you can try to briefly explain why this happened in terms of the time required, in terms of result, in terms of the accurate ability to evade. Okay. So this is stealthy, slow and stealthy, because of we running in targeted environment at the targeted machine, so it's not too slow, but you see there are 44 seconds. Now we try to run different time template using T4. Others will be similar. Very aggressive fast lah, right? So you can see the time. Okay, the result a bit similar, but the time, right? Significantly fast, right? More than 10 times faster lah. But maybe the IDS can detect this because they will be lot. Then because the good LAN connection, if you are outside network of your targeted machine, they still take some time lah, right? And then how you can save your result. First of all, you need to save result, right? Because you require to document your finding, because you need to present to the IT or operation team or the vendor that actually develop or deploy your application, especially when it's still under the support of their support. So we want them to close all the gaps, close all the vulnerability. It's happened last time. We checked our application. We found there are one application significantly affect our security rank. So we asked the vendor to fix, but it takes some time lah. We force them. If not, that particular application will become the entry point to our system or to our network. It's not worth because of one application, because of the vendor mistake, we are suffering. That's why third party risk actually become more and more crucial nowadays. You must ensure third party or your partner, your vendor have been monitored as well, not only your internal asset, but the external stakeholder that managing your application, managing your data also need to be monitored to ensure they are comply with your security posture, security requirement. Then you need to document, because this document will help you later as your accountability part, where you can prove you did it, present to the vendor, and then you can present as well with your uh, IT committee or risk committee or board of director and so on, right? Share with the team in other stakeholder that require it. For example, here you want to save your file or your report in normal format. You just put it .txt lah, right? Dash O output for normal format, and you can find it. It's just simple. Sorry. Right. So you will save in the current folder. So inside here, okay. If you want a better documentation and organizing your report, you can put it in different directory, for example, right? To put Actually, NMAP only, right? So we put in NMAP lah, right? So I can scan again and put it in map. Sorry. And then directly open the result. So you can see the same result here lah, right? That's for .txt. Other than that, you can use also XML. Sometimes the XML format can be integrate, can be embedded in another report, in another dashboard. So this is also required, right? So you can put it as OX, as XML. Okay, this one. For XML, you see, other tool can read it, like property scanner and so on. So better visibility. Sometimes you can integrate with your scene, your reporting dashboard, and others. Other than that, you can also use grabbable. That means you can search using grab. So easy to search with your grab command. For example, you want to um, search directly for specific result on the web. See, OG. Okay, then you can find. Oops. One, and then which file uh, that. So this is the info that you can find. And then at the same time, you can save in all format. Directly create. This will be create 3 file for you. For example, put all lah, right? Put all. So all format will be dot and map .txt, .xml and nmap. So you can see here lah, right? So all I have the nmap for clickable, nmap and xml. So these 3 automatically created. Next, for the part 7, we will use bash scripting for automation. What I mean by this, when you create bash script, is a file containing command that run automatically when you run the executable command, the bash command. Think of like recipe. Write the step 1, then the computer follow them. So you just write the flow, then when you execute the bash script, run it, then they will follow what sequence of the command you want to execute. For example here, the simple one, we want to create the script. So you can use nano or what type of text editor lah, right? So this one I did not install gedit. For me, I like to use gedit. It looks like notepad. Just follow lah, script.sh. Must put it as sh in order to allow them to be running using bash script. Yeah. So from there you can type. Is it? Can try. Is it can be placed or not here? Can, right? So you can leave the message, pop out the message, and then run the one. For example, here your parameter, your variable, actually the IP, right? So we will scan using NMAP SS port 1 to 1000. Okay, for this one, you just Control O to save, and to exit. So you can see here is it. Script is there, scan script is there. To just change mode, to change the file, click right, file privilege. See, you can read right, you can be execute. Okay, make this file executable, runnable. The X. Okay. Then you try to run your script. This is very basic script, because one command only. This is how you want to run the screen dot slash sh, and then this one, the variable, the IP lah. Please remember your IP. If you want to save in the file, you just put the name of the command here lah. But this one the same thing, because we are running 1000 port scan, right? For this, what happened? This one will get replaced with your IP. Script run and may automatically show progress message. So you can see here the progress message that is gone, and then this one can complete the target. So you see here the script target is your IP, and then this is your scan IP lah. So similarly, you can create another script. For example, here you want to target multiple or scan multiple target. So the list of the target can be decided here, or you can put it as a variable as well. You can change your target lah. For example, here I change to 56110, and 56, 156, 104. Oh, value I don't want. 109 I don't want. And for the target means target, target, retarget, do. Echo scanning and other. Okay, it's done. Do. Save and run. This one you didn't require the IP because you already set the IP. Then you are running. Next, you can also create a script for one automated scanner. So this would be more advanced scanner because you don't require to run it by IP because we want to have find all the live hosts, scan each other thoroughly, save everything organized by date. So there are many other features you can put for advanced, depend on your requirement lah. Right? For this one, same thing. You can put it auto scanner. Previous one, you can see there are multiple hosts, but this one we will use if else as well. We copy first, then we will analyze it. Okay. In this test script, you will display as well the part that you want to display after you run the command. Okay, for example here, and you can go one by one for each part. So how you put it, usage and then the network that you want to scan. So here you want to scan in specific network where you want to identify the live hosts, how many live hosts in that particular network. Okay. Usage example. Okay. And then this information network, which network you want to put. Then the directory, the date, to scan date, the directory with the date name. So meaning that we'll store this result in this specific directory with the date name, date specified as well. Then the network date as well, echo. Then you create the output directory based on the output directory that you specified. We start with scan and then the date of the scan. Right. here lah, output directory, and then find the live host. We just put the status one of the three, that means the stages of your searching or the scanning. Then you will run this NMAP and save the file as livehost.txt inside the output directory using OG lah. That means can be grabbable. Next, extract the live IPs. Also same, save here, and then scan each live host for their ports, open ports, and so on. So all the output will be saved here. And then lastly, we're generating the summary. So the summary also will save in .txt. Then you can find the result in the output directory. Okay, maybe you can try to run this. It's just the same example. Okay, example of the script. There are my many other script that you can customize. And when you want to run, specify the ID. Because our scanning, our network on the minimum PC or minimum host, so it can be faster, right? What this does, you will find all live hosts and then you'll scan each one thoroughly for the live host, especially for the open ports, and then save everything organized by the date. Right? So this is the step-by-step phases, right? So suddenly scanning the port takes some time. Next part, we'll try to see how to analyze the result, right? So you need to ensure you understand the result so that you can utilize that particular result for your pen test and also for vulnerability management. Okay, before that, maybe we just continue with part 8. Once complete, then try to see. For example, the results scan here, there are open port with the services. So what to look for? For example, port 4121 FTP, this file transfer often has weak password because it's not secure FTP, right? Common or normal FTP. If your application server, you found that FTP ports have been opened publicly, so this will become a weak point for your application, so that the web server, the server that hosted the application, can be easily penetrate using FTP. So they can transfer the file from and to that particular server. Please make sure they are secure using secure FTP or close that particular port publicly. They can use different channel to connect to their application server, either using SDK, using secure shell, right? SSH here. Remote login, the root was possible, but still there are some complexity for group POS. So you try to find the latest version of SSH. Telnet also very vulnerable. It's a very old remote login and unencrypted compared to SSH. This one very dangerous. Other than that, you can find email server where SMTP normally can be used to spam relay risk. The website port 80 it's not for static maybe okay, but for dynamic website maybe they will be uh, unencrypted. Then any form that fill up can be read in plain text using the Wireshark and other tools. And then port 3389 for RDP, normally for Windows desktop remotely. So this particular port can be utilized by ransomware, right? Because they can remotely access and inject to the session of your RDP. Other than that, for dangerous finding, you can find about the telnet is open. Everything can send in plain text, password visible to anyone if they're using telnet. If FTP, normally will come up with default password, so you can enable login. You can try to find the configuration to make it secure, or you can use FTP secure file transfer protocol. SMB is open to the internet. This is the port for specific service server, SMB server, right? Should be only used by the internal. If they open publicly, it's very dangerous. It can become entry point as well, right? Can become easy entry point. This is more on the SMB. This is a server message block, right? SMB. On the network communication protocol for file sharing, printers, serial port, and others lah. Right? SMB normally we are using, for example, internally we are using the shared print, right? So cannot be open publicly lah. And other than that, database port open to world is very dangerous as well. Like before, I think in lab 2, I draw the 3 tier of web application. Normally, the database only can be accessed through the application server or the front end. We cannot directly access by user, either internal or external, especially for external lah, right? So if this is database admin want to connect directly to the database server, they can use their SDK or any client side lah, MS SQL client and so on. Okay, then this is the template you can use to create the platform and so on. And this is the troubleshooting if you have issue lah. I think that's all for this lab. Very simple, right? So you can try by yourself, run it with your Maybe this is example of the the file or report that generated automatically with the folder, the name folder created based on the date, right? Yeah. Inside here, there are all the tagger. Okay. I think that's all for this lab. Thank you.